What's up, you guys? Welcome to Miss Phins here on the TD Sports Network. Thank you so much, guys, for spending time with me this evening. If you guys can do me a favor, though, can you go ahead and hit the like button, guys? Why? Because it helps out TD's channel. And at the same time, if you guys can do me a favor, subscribe here if you're not already subscribed. But also subscribe to Miss Phins. Why? You see it right there. You see my name, right? That's Miss Phins. That's my name. You can find me everywhere in all social media platform, guys. So please do me a favor. And again, go ahead and hit the like button over here. Go over to my channel, youtube.com/Miss Phins, so you can get more awesome Dolphins content. There you have it, guys. That's my intro. There you go. It is what it is. If you've seen me, if this is your first time, hi, I'm Miss Phins. If this is not your first time, welcome back. Totally appreciate it. But guys, continuing episode 8 over here, Miss Phins. Oh man, we had such a great morning show this morning. Guys, I am doing a morning show from 8 a.m. Eastern to 9 a.m. Sometimes we go a little longer, but yes, catch me every single Monday through Friday morning. Oh, God, am I committing to this live? I guess I am. There you go. You have it, guys. I'm committing to it. Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Catch Miss Phins. Morning with Miss Phins on youtube.com/Miss Phins. If you are catching me on Twitter or Twitch, guys, you can follow me there too. And welcome, everybody. Come over here to the YouTube channel and find us over here. Hit the like button, go to my channel, and subscribe, okay? But guys, what are we talking about today? So many things have happened. Realistically speaking, we're going to focus on the schedule, guys. We talked about it this morning. It was awesome. Had a great panel. Really great group of guys came on, and love all my fans, obviously, and all my haters too. I appreciate you guys too. Not that I have that many, but hey, you never know. As far as the schedule, guys, that is being fully released tomorrow, 8 p.m. by the NFL. It's going to be on ESPN. So if you want to go ahead and take a look at it, definitely go ahead and check it out. 8 a.m. You will be able to go ahead and do it. Now I got a little special surprise, guys, a little tidbit. In a few minutes, TD's going to join me. We're going to go over the schedule. We're going to get our predictions. And then after he's done, I'm going to go ahead and have you guys come up here. TD has already dropped the link, but I want you to go ahead and take a look at my link channel. So I'm dropping my link channel. So go ahead and do me a favor, guys. When you get a second, real quick, let me do this. Now that I have it here so I can remember. Hit the like button, guys. You will see it there. Hit the like button. So that way you can go ahead and catch a whole lot of awesome stuff on Miss Phins. Which also includes too, I'm gonna get to the schedule in a second, but it also includes guys. I think I've decided I really like this. I got one of my watchers. Um, listen, Football 101 videos are coming out. Stay tuned. Actually, within the next 2 weeks, you're gonna be getting Football 101 with Miss Phins. Okay. And I think I've come down with a name that was given to me. I think this morning or yesterday morning. It was great. So I think that might be it. If not, it's gonna be named something else. Okay. Now let's get the cat out of the bag. Yes, everybody wants to talk about it. We all know the floater that Tua, threw to Tyreek. Guys, relax. First and foremost, I think I watched it probably 42 times. And at first I was like, okay, it's just a throw. Great. But then when you see the comments, and I mean, it's been watched well over 3 million times. Yeah, that was kind of funny. I'm not going to lie. Just the memes. That's probably what makes it, not the throw itself. I don't care. It's practice. But guys, relax. It's practice. It's not even full on practice if we're being honest. It's the off season. But Doug Hunting, you guys are hilarious. Hilarious. That's all I gotta say. But of course, I'm sure we're gonna talk about that when we open it up to the panel a little later on today. But yes, I called it delusional Patriots fan. I called it a floater. Why? Because you guys are delusional. Dolphin fans and everybody else is complaining about this. It's just a throw, people. Give it a minute. Now, we also have to understand that he's going against the Cheetahs, so come on, guys. It's going to be intense. Welcome, TD. See, I told you special appearance. TDPHINSTALK himself, aka.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Went to the eye doctor today.
Yeah.
Tried to get my slow blinking checked on. You know, so I'm good.
I can't slow blinking.
Yeah, the
Why?
doctor told me I was a slow blinker today.
Really? That's a thing? You look like one of those screensavers, like that's. Oh, gee, I can't. Slow blinker. I can't. Listen, I told you. I know you got only a limited time. I think I got you to like 8:10. You said or something like that. So we're gonna spend a few minutes here and talk about it. I want to talk about the schedule. Why? Because it's important. But the cat's out of the bag, people. We gotta talk about this for the first couple minutes. I call it the floater, but everybody else is complaining about this to a throw. It's just a throw in practice, people. Why are they going overboard? I know you were trolling on Twitter too. You had me laughing so hard. And people, guys, if you don't already know, if you've been watching TD for a long time, you know he goes to Twitter to troll. So why do you take him serious? Like, I don't get it. People don't know. They don't learn.
Well, here's the deal about that throw. We could sit back and criticize it all day. We could talk about this as an example of what we've always seen from him. We could talk about so many things football related. But this throw wasn't significant, and I think I may be real loud. My bad. This throw,
Now you're a little low. You can come up. You can come up a little tiny bit.
I think I'm good.
There you go. Now
This throw wasn't okay. I don't care about the throw, okay, but you know what I did care about?
what?
The fact that we as people have a right to have fun and make jokes about whatever we want to make jokes about. You know, I mean, just
Of
enjoying
course.
ourselves. It was a lame duck throw. Every quarterback has it. But, on
Yep.
Twitter, everybody had fun with it. The real story is how defensive the Tuaneers got about it. How they tried to get out ahead of it. It still didn't matter because this went to national media. I mean, you had freaking, what's his name? Major shows talking about it. today. It went
Was it Dan
national.
Orlovsky? I think.
Yeah, yeah. Pat McAfee,
Oh
everybody was
yeah.
talking about it today. And how many people got so defensive? Because let me tell you what's funny about it. At first, they tried to make excuses. Tyreek
Yep.
wasn't even running a route, he was already out there waiting on it. You
But then you
slowed the
saw.
frames down. You see Tyreek taking off for the
Yo,
line
I
of
saw that
scrimmage.
too.
Just all kind of just excuses. And it showed the level of sickness that some of these people have of making sure that Tua never commits a sin. It's sad.
Yeah, it's a little. Thou shall never hold to accountable. TD, why you gotta do him like that? Why?
It's
Why?
ridiculous. Who cares about the throw? He a lame duck throw. Everybody has them. But the people who are like, no, don't talk about him. No, oh my god, oh my gosh, they freaked out. They freaked out, man. They were like, oh my gosh, I don't know if we'll recover from this. It's just crazy, man. It just showed how crazy people are about defending him at all costs, man. And the hypocrisy is just real.
Yeah, it really is. And the problem is, it's. I think it's the okay. I have to say it, and this is probably the only time because I had to stop people talking this morning. Three topics you never talk about: religion, politics, and apparently too, because you're always gonna get something with it. But as far as this, I just feel like because he's giving me those Tebow vibes, you know what I mean? Because he's
Mm-hmm.
so super, which is nothing wrong. Come on, man. Love who you love, and praise God every single day. That's my opinion, my choice. But I know that he lives that style and he's very open about it. Most people do. They're just not as open as he is,
Mm-hmm.
and then they just want to like latch onto him like they did Tebow. It's like, let the man breathe. He's not even doing it. That's the part. It's not even him doing it. It's the fans that are doing it, and
It's
that's what
just
makes it worse.
it's sickening, man. It's sickening. But from a football standpoint, I know a lot of people aren't concerned. I'm not really concerned, but I will say this: usually, when you underthrow a guy like that, is because you're trying not to overthrow him. And I think that they don't have they probably don't have the timing down at all,
Yeah,
and they
probably.
have they have to learn it. But that's a whole new adjustment for Tua. He's going to have to learn Tyreek's timing and everything. And a lot of times it's not just not being able to get the ball out there far enough. It's about throwing it early enough so that it can meet the guy.
Because he's going so fast.
Yeah, Peyton Manning, Teddy Bridgewater, too. That's another guy. Peyton Manning, Teddy Bridgewater, they're the perfect example. They don't, just like Tua, they don't have the arm strength. I mean, Tua don't have great arm strength. People need to understand that. Can he throw the ball down the field? Yes. Every quarterback can.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, he doesn't have the cannon like the guys with the cannon. Okay? But it's about identifying stuff early and letting that ball go early so that it will meet your guy at a good place. Not seeing it open half a second late and then trying to match the pace of the receiver. You may not make it out there far enough.
Half a
And
second could literally be
yep.
10 plus yards.
And Teddy's real good at that. Teddy's hike, he sees and he lets it go. Tua,
Anticipation. That's what it
yeah,
is.
exactly. Tua hike, sees, make sure, then lets it go. That doesn't work in the NFL, especially if you don't have that cannon that could just rocket 60, 70 yards any given time.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's a major difference. As he doesn't, but it doesn't seem like he has confidence. And I know we
no,
talked about this before.
no, and this is another thing that I've tried to tell people because I mean the goalpost keeps getting moved. I never said Tua couldn't throw the ball deep. I said that he has an issue throwing it accurately in stride. That's number one. And number two, if he does throw the ball past 50 yards, rarely is it accurate. That's the thing. It's one thing to be able to throw the ball 65 yards down the field or 60, but how close are you on the mark? You see what I'm saying? Where does your receiver have to make a big adjustment And that's what it's about. They play the famous Cincinnati Bengals Jakeem Grant drop all the time, right? I have the all 22 film. Okay. Everybody's watching a clip where Tua hikes the ball, he throws it in the air, and all you see is Jakeem Grant's hands touch it and drop it. I have the all 22 film. Jakeem Grant was running a post route. He started out about 7 yards outside of the hash, and on the all 22, where you can see the whole field, he's running, and about 20 yards into his run, he starts his post across the field. He crosses the hash, and then Tua lets it rip, and he notices Tua throws the ball way off, and Jakeem Grant comes from inside the hash back outside the hash to try to track it down. He got his hands on it, should have caught it, but it was incomplete. It wasn't an accurate pass. People are like, oh, this is a dime. Jakeem Grant was running a post. He was supposed to put that ball on the emblem of the Dolphin logo, and Jakeem Grant would have been in stride. He still probably would have dropped it, but who knows? But that's what people don't recognize about Tua anytime the ball does go pretty far down the field. It's not accurate either. And all last year and the year before, we had to hear that excuse. Oh, no, he intentionally threw it back shoulder on that deep ball. You know all those 50-50s Parker and Waddle went up to go get?
Yep.
No, he intentionally, threw it back shoulder to where his guy slowed down and came to get it. That's a lie. Your guy is winning by 2 feet, and he slows down to catch back shoulder. It's not the case. And that's what we got to look out for. How accurate can he be deep this year? The coach did just come out, Jolie, and say that the OC just came out and said they will not be limiting the offense this year. They've seen enough from Tua to believe that they will not have to limit the offense on deep balls.
So is that an admittance that they did do that last year?
Probably, but at the same token, miss me with that crap. You're just saying all the good stuff. We'll see when the game comes, when the pads come on. Right now, these guys out there throwing in shorts and T-shirts. Let's see how it looks when the pads come on.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? I just wanted to get it out of the way because to me, it just feels like it got so much attention over one pass. I will tell you this, though. I don't know if he was trolling or not. Maybe that's just the way that I took it. But
Who's
if
that?
you see that video of the pass, and Tyreek is at the end and he's going like this, like peace up and whatever. I know he does that all the time, but because they slowed it down, I was like, are they trolling us with that too, or am I just overthinking it? I just
thought of it differently. You never know what's going through Tyreek's head. Tyreek can be like, man, we ain't gonna survive if he doing this all day.
And I didn't want to say it, but that's exactly what I was thinking too. But you have to understand, he's so fast. The timing has to get there. The good thing is that we have 5 months for them to build that timing up, so that I'm confident that with enough plays, instead of him throwing to some random people like all these other receivers, he needs to be throwing to only Tyreek and Waddle. Well, Waddle, he's already had years, but Tyreek, he really needs to.
They're swapping, by the way. First off, those were passing drills. That wasn't a play. That was just like passing drills on specific routes. And let me tell you how I know. If you go watch the video frame by frame and you just stop it, where Tua's cocked back, you'll see Teddy Bridgewater literally 5 feet away from him, cocked back at the same time and releasing at the same time. But Teddy's is an underneath route. You can tell because he's hitting somebody underneath and Tua's hitting somebody deep. So they're in that part of training camp where they're alternating and doing all the same work together, but they're doing it at the same time. They both hiked the ball. They both did a play action. They both cocked back and they both threw. Tua's was deep. Tua's was deep and Teddy had a short one. If you go slow it down, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're both actually in the frame when you pause it, and Bridgewater is literally 5 feet away from him in throwing at the same time as him. So they're doing drills. It wasn't a play. And it might have been a play, but even if it was a play, it was probably, hey, Tua, we want you to throw more to deep ball. Teddy, we want you to throw more to the underneath.
Yeah, it makes sense. And to me, I didn't see it as a big deal. I just thought it was funny, the memes. The reaction is what I found funny more than anything
Mm-hmm.
else. That to me was hilarious. So, guys, everybody, thank you so much for coming in and joining Miss Fins with, TD here as well. But let's go into what really I want to talk about, the schedule, since tomorrow is going to be the
Mm-hmm.
release.
Yes.
So we have some interesting games coming up. I don't know how excited I am about these teams that we're going against. I'm gonna be honest with you, because of the quarterbacks that we have to deal with. But
Mm.
I will have to say, step up.
Yeah, I agree. Did you see the strength of schedule? Are you there? I think you paused on me. Did Miss Fins pause on us, y'all? I think she paused on us. You might want to go out and come back in. You're paused on us right now. Mm. She left me solo on her segment, right? No, but no. I guess I'll finish this portion out for her. But yeah, the schedule is coming up. I'm excited about tomorrow night. Again, y'all know I'm gonna be live before it all comes through. Um, I'm actually I'm nervous. I saw the strength of schedule earlier. I'm trying to find it for y'all right now. I thought I saved it. Y'all give me a second, see if I can find it. I guess I didn't save it. I thought I did. I thought I saved it, but I guess I didn't. But strength of schedule, there were, matter of fact, maybe I think I might have even wrote something down about it recently. I don't know where it's at. Anyway, I think the Dolphins were somewhere around like 21 on strength of schedule, which is not bad. It actually shocked me because I was like, man, we got a tough schedule, but the league is so tough this year. We were ranked like 21st. But here's the thing that I didn't like when I saw the strength of schedule. Three of the big AFC opponents fighting for the playoffs, they have a weaker schedule than us. I forgot who it was. I know the Browns. Was it the Browns? It was three potential playoff teams that we definitely want to get in ahead of, but they got easier schedules than us. And I didn't like that. That was pretty tough. Man, I'm mad. Man, you know what? I know I can find it. Y'all give me a second. All right, let me find it. All right, schedule NFL. All right, here we go. Let's see. NFL strength of schedule. Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah. So here it is. In the AFC, the Colts have the 26th easy. Basically, their strength of schedule isn't as hard. They're 26th, but they're also the first team in the AFC. Let me tell you how hard the AFC is going to be. The NFC has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the worst. 5 teams at the bottom are from the NFC. The Colts is an AFC team. Their strength of schedule is favorable. The Jaguars is tied with the Colts strength of schedule favorable. So I don't like that the Colts have an easier schedule than us and the Titans have an easier schedule than us. And the Ravens have an easier schedule than us. Those are, and the Jags. So there's 4 AFC teams that have an easier schedule than us. And I don't like 3 of them. I'm not worried about the Jags. Hopefully I'm not. They spend a lot of money. They might just be good and shock everybody, but hopefully not. But those other
Hello.
teams, man, can you hear me, Jolie?
Yes. Oh God,
So,
guys, my computer completely shut down on me.
oh wow. So
My
what
bad.
do you think about the fact that the Colts, the Titans, and the Ravens, three teams that we need all three of them to potentially not make the playoffs for us to make it, got an easier schedule than us?
What do I think about that? Oh, I'll make it super easy for you. That is a bummer. Why?
Mm,
Because they're gonna have more time to pat the the wins and losses. That's
mm,
really it. Now we're all gonna end up doing this. We're gonna go ahead and end up um, those games we feel like we're gonna win, and sometimes we don't. That's gonna happen to them too.
true.
But unfortunately, the fact that they have a weaker schedule than we do, and I did catch it at the 21 as well as us being ranked, that definitely I would say is it makes it upsetting in the way of how will we step up.
Mm,
That's how I see it. How will we step up when other teams have it easier? And
well,
that's what I see. To me personally, if those three teams are going to be, it also depends on where we end up playing them too. That's another thing too.
yeah.
But to me, they're gonna pat the. It's gonna make it even easier for them to get into it, and even more harder for us to get into it.
And not far behind, the Browns have a schedule that isn't far off from what we have,
Oh,
and the Broncos as well.
well, one good thing that I do like is that means that we are playoff contenders. You know, we're
Hmm.
in the mix, so I like that. Thanks for the respect. Um, but again, it also means that now we have to actually show up.
I
You
agree.
know, and these teams, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be the well, not if we are gonna be the ones to step up. That's what I fully expect, especially since these other teams are gonna have it at least an easier path to get
And
to.
and a lot of these teams still have a little bit of money too. They just updated the salary cap table. The Carolina Panthers are number one with 29.3 million, but the Browns still have 28 million, which is crazy.
28? Oh, that's
Yeah,
because I only given him $1 million this year.
true. And the Texans still have 24 million. The Dolphins have 20.2 million. The Bengals have 17 million still. Shocked they still have money. The Chargers have 16.5 million. So some of these teams still have a few dollars. The Chiefs got 15 million. The Colts got 14. The Jets got 13. The Steelers got 13. So some of these teams, the Broncos still got 13. These teams have a little bit more money to go make another signing or two. So it's free agency isn't really over.
The brunt of it is, but the reality is that those key pieces that they may be missing, they
Mm-hmm.
absolutely can still get. And that's what we're gonna have to watch out for just to make sure that we can still compete.
Mm. And
Because
some
go
of
ahead.
these teams already have everything they need. Some of
Yeah,
these
like the
teams loaded.
Bengals. I mean, the Bengals were already loaded, and then they added even more people. Like they
Yep.
literally were already loaded. They added key pieces, especially in that O line. We all know, to me, the most sacked quarterback last year definitely had to have been. I mean, I don't remember the statistics, but he was up there in the playoffs for sure. He had to have been the most sacked QB. But as far as the rest of it goes, Burrow definitely needed that online, and they worked on it. They have I think feel like five like really good linemen that
Yeah,
they
they
got.
straight. That offense isn't gonna miss a beat, and that defense isn't bad, but they also did a few things to make that better as well. The interesting teams are gonna be the Bengals and the Chargers. How much better they actually got because they have squads, man. These guys, I think those guys, these are the teams that's gonna leapfrog teams like the Patriots or even not the Patriots, but the
Colts.
no, the Ravens and the Chiefs. I
I see
think
what you
these
mean.
are. I think teams like the Bengals and Chargers they'll leapfrog like the Chiefs and the Ravens, but the Chiefs and Ravens will still make the playoffs.
they're gonna jump into that next level of like what you call it, perennial playoff teams.
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
totally see that.
I'm just trying to figure out how we're gonna fit in because we have to, man. Tua's gonna have to be great. Man, I hate this is the first. Well, I guess this is every off season, but right now I'm hating the fact that we gotta wait.
Really?
Man, do you see how great this season's gonna be with football in general?
Yeah.
Man, just kick off.
I, I mean, I wonder if or how interesting, because everybody always, not everybody, but most people bypass the preseason, like those three
Mm-hmm.
games. They're like, okay, I'll catch them, whatever. Or if they know they're not going to make it in the season, they'll actually go watch the preseason game because they know it's cheap. But I think even these preseason games are going to be telling. I mean, to be honest with you, it's going to be where, like, Sam McGuavin, he had a pretty decent game.
Yeah.
Actually, a couple of pretty decent games in the preseason, and he was able to get a solid snaps. So it, it's going to be interesting with this team and what we can do. But man, when it comes to these other teams we have to face, and that's why I was like, okay, I don't know how I feel about having the Packers at home, but I'll tell you this: I'm glad we have them at home versus having them away. I'm going to be 100% honest.
And that's on the Packers game. They think that's on the Monday night.
They are saying, as far as the rumor wise, the
Yeah.
leaks, that might be because it is the Packers, that they would flex it to to a Monday night game, which would be interesting. But I'm hearing that we might only get two actual primetime games, which I think that's disrespectful because I know teams have gotten better, but man, like I feel like with at least Tyreek, we could have gotten at least an extra one. We don't know
Why?
specifically.
Why? Why? You got too many great teams in the AFC now. Y'all, people got to understand. Dolphins fans, we live in our own delusional world. We think Tyreek and Armstead just won us the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Like, do you see these other teams? They already had their Tyreek and their Armstead and more. They already had it. They already had it. And we just get that addition to catch up, and we think that we surpassed everybody. This
It,
speed's gonna be unreal, man. Nobody's gonna be able to. Okay. All right.
well, one
We'll
other thing
see.
too, it's funny. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we were discussing how wherever we were last year and wherever the other teams were last year, especially the ones that we're going to go against this year, we got to their level.
Mm-hmm.
Great, phenomenal. But they only had to do one, two, three moves, and then they surpassed us in that end too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what more can we? There's not enough for us to
Well,
even change
let's say this too.
to be on top of that.
Exactly. Let's put it like this. What great team did we play last year?
Great team, Tampa Bay.
And what happened?
We got, I
Blown
won't say
out.
slaughtered, but yes, pretty
What?
much.
Who else? What other great team?
I mean, at the
Buffalo
time,
twice
yep,
got blown out.
yep. Even you can even say that about the Colts too. Let's be honest. And they were on a no leg, no ankle Wentz. Like I
Yeah,
don't
he was
understand
hurt
how we
that
lost.
game. I said we were gonna win it because he was hurt.
And even with that, we still lost, and we lost hefty.
We didn't get blown out, but
No, but we lost by over
we
12
lost.
points.
And then the Tennessee Titans blown out. Did we play anybody else that was a great team?
No, not really. I mean, the Ravens were hurt, like fully
So they
hurt.
don't even
So
count.
that don't even count. So to me, we only
We
really got like,
have 4 teams
yeah,
that were great last year that we played, and we got blown out by all 4 of them.
and Buffalo twice.
So in this year, come on, you still
I mean,
got Buffalo twice. I mean, you got freaking Browns. I mean, you got all of these Chargers,
Packers. I
Bangers,
mean,
Packers. I mean, oh my gosh.
the only teams that I would say that are 50-50, which is sad that I'm even saying that. Texans, God, if we don't win against the Texans, I'm gonna be very
No,
upset.
we better beat them. No, we'll
That's
beat
all I'm
them, but
saying. But no, if you think about it, the Bears rookie, this I don't want to say rookie, but second year QB, and the Lions and the 49ers are probably the only four games that I see that are, I don't want to say guaranteed, but the higher percentage of us to win. And that's not
yeah,
including the Jets, obviously. But what is that? 6 games?
yeah.
What are we gonna
No,
do with the other 11 games?
no. Hold on. What about the six?
So those are the games that I feel like we have the highest chance of winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The
listen, I don't care what nobody say. I'm not sleeping on no Jets. I'm
Oh,
done.
me neither.
I'm over sleeping on them now because we barely beat them twice last year, and they got way better, and they were beat up last year. They were hurt.
And on top of that, too, their rookie quarterback was actually doing pro style, and he was struggling left and right.
Mm-hmm.
But he got better towards the end. What is it? 11 touchdowns, no interceptions in the last 5 games. God, I
I'm
can't
saying
even believe that the Jets.
Baltimore, Cincinnati, Buffalo twice,
Yep.
New England at least once, the Jets at least once, the Browns. I'm going with tough ones. I ain't worrying about
No, no, no.
Pittsburgh.
I get it.
Green Bay, Minnesota,
Yep.
freaking
Chargers.
Chargers. And San Francisco ain't no pushover either.
That's
That's the
11 games right there.
11 games that's just going to be tough. And I didn't even count one of the Jets and one of the Patriots games.
Because to be honest with you, even though the Patriots still didn't make many moves in offseason, you cannot discount Bill Belichick anyways. Everybody
Exactly.
wants to say, "Oh yeah, Tua, beat him. He's 2-0 or 3-0 or whatever." Fine, but we had a different regime. We don't know this regime and what they're going to produce until we see week 1. By week 5, I feel like we'll have a good understanding of what the team is going to be. But prior to that, just even looking, forget where we land schedule wise. Those 11 games alone are going to determine whether we make it or not.
Mm.
Period. And the thing
I,
is, why would we want to go 7th round? And like
yeah.
I feel like 7th place, forget it. Like it's no point. If we were to make it 7th place or even 6th place, forget it. That's why I say the
Yeah.
only real way has to be us winning the division. That it
True.
has to be us winning the division because
And I,
that's when we're really making that statement.
I hope in the first 4 weeks we at least have two of our easiest games.
You think so?
I think this team is gonna need 3 weeks to get up to speed, like real game time. Um, yeah, I think that's what we're gonna need. We're gonna need like 3 weeks to get up to, feeling good about what we're trying to do. Remember, this is a brand new offense. We playing all these other teams that, like you told me
Yep.
earlier, they have camaraderie. They're already gelling. They're just picking up where they left off and taking one or two pieces and fitting them in. Everybody's learning this new offense on for us. Some people in new positions, some people. So I just say that it'll take a little bit to get acclimated. But time will tell. We got to be a tough physical team. We can't be passive. We got to be aggressive. And we'll see. And all these running backs, man, they obviously preparing to run that ball a lot. And
I don't know.
ugh,
I feel like this is probably some psychological thing McDaniel might be doing to like make everybody think that yes, we're gonna be running the ball a million times, but we end up doing the passing game. But at this point, if he's playing chess this early, I don't know if I should be scared or not. Because that may mean we may not have everything we need to compete. And I don't know how you get better besides, to be honest with you. I mean, what else could we upgrade that would really make such a huge impact? Now, let me go ahead and answer my own question because I know you're thinking it. Yes, the obvious, easiest question is QB, of course. But even if we take that part away, where else would we improve? Our defense is stout like last year. In the last 8 games, they only allowed 16.4 points per game in the last 8 games last year.
the diff-
So
The difference this season is just going to be the quarterbacks, man. It's set up for the quarterbacks to make the difference. It ain't just the Dolphins, ladies and gentlemen. You're about to find out, is Russell Wilson better than this person? Is that person better than, Mahomes? Is Lamar better than? This is the quarterback year. That's what people need to understand. These teams are all loaded. Nobody's just leaps and bounds greater than anyone in the top 8 to 10 of the AFC.
Nope.
So therefore, it's going to come down to whose quarterback's balling, man. I'm not talking about being efficient, dinking and dunking, and got decent stats, 80% completion, and 110 QBR. I didn't throw any picks today.
Yeah.
We efficient. No, whose QB is just gonna ball out? That's what it's gonna come to. Exactly.
That's
Whose
what I want
QB
to
is gonna
see.
take over? Like, I have zero faith in this team down by 4 with 40 seconds left to win any game. I have zero confidence in this team.
Wait, even with Tyreek and this O-line, upgraded O-line?
First of all, they're gonna play the deep ball, and they're gonna want you to dink and dunk, so they could come downhill and collapse. You need a touchdown. Down by 4 points, 40 seconds left. Bye, Felicia. No, heck no. And that's the problem. But I can tell you now, Deshaun Watson has a chance in 40 seconds. Herbert has a chance.
We all
Burrow
know that
got a chance. Mahomes got a chance. Allen got a chance. Rodgers got a chance. Even Russell Wilson might have a chance.
Cousins has a chance. Let's not forget him. People sleep on Cousins. I don't know why. I love him. I've always loved him as a QB. So even him, like, now one thing I will say that it does play in favor for us is the fact that there's so many good AFC teams. They're gonna beat each other up. Like, I don't even know if Kansas City's gonna make the playoffs because their own division. All 4 of them can make it.
Well, here's the deal on the beat up. I think that there will still be like 3 teams that take off in the lead. Like, at some point in the season, you'll have 3 teams that's like 10-3. With 4 games left. And then you'll have a whole bunch of teams that's 8-5 at that time.
All right.
And that's where the difference is going to be, because you're going to have so many teams around that 7-6 and 8-5, but you're going to have those 3 teams out there out front that's good. They straight.
This is the thing. Even last year, nobody owned the AFC. True. Nobody owned the AFC till last week.
I think that's because Baltimore early, like in the middle of the season, fell on their face. First of all, they owned the AFC in the first 8 games.
They did.
They were the best team in the AFC at halfway through the season. But then you also have to realize how many wins they gave other teams that shouldn't have been. How many teams had another win that probably shouldn't have been? Didn't they lose their last 8?
They actually, I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, they lost 6 out of the last 8, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought they lost them all. I'm pulling it up.
I don't know. Pull it up because I'm not sure. I know for sure they lost 6 at least. I don't know if they lost all 8. But guys, while he's pulling that up, if you can do me a favor real quick, thank you so much for joining Miss Phins tonight. I dropped the link again, Miss Phins, youtube.com/Miss Phins. Come over, subscribe. Guys, we are so close to getting to 500. Let's make it happen. Yes, I know that we can do it, guys. Why do I know we can do it? Because you guys are very beautiful people. That's why.
Yeah, they lost their last 6.
See? I told you, 6 out of the last 8.
And look at this. 7 out of their last 9.
7
they lost. Okay. So, and think about that. When they went on that losing streak, now remember, look at the games they won after us. They won 16-13. So that shows you they still weren't playing well, but they still got the victory. Then they beat the Browns 16-10. That's 2 weeks in a row they put up 16 points, but the defense only allowed 13-10. So that shows you right there. They were still playing defense, but their offense
They
was,
had nobody. They were
yeah.
literally he had nobody there.
And think
Brother
about it. Did
wasn't
the
there
Steelers make the playoffs?
by a hair of their
So
chinny chin chin. Like,
here's what's funny about that. They wouldn't have made the playoffs because they beat the
oh
Baltimore
no,
Ravens
not at
20
all.
to 19. Barely beat them, and that one more win got them in. The Browns lost to them. The Packers lost to them. No, they lost to the Browns. They lost to the Packers. And they probably would have beat Green Bay because Green Bay only beat them 31-30. And now here's the funny part. The
But
Bengals destroyed them 41-21. You never know how that would have ended up. And the Rams beat them. And the Steelers beat them twice. Steelers beat them twice since then. And that's what actually got the Steelers in.
yeah,
Steelers shouldn't have made it. They lucked out by beating the beat up Baltimore Ravens twice. Lucky them. But at the same token, regardless if the Steelers wouldn't have made it, the Ravens would have.
so regardless, it would have still kicked us out anyways
Yeah, either way.
because we
But
we lost that Tennessee. Well, because we lost to
because ain't no other team in
Atlanta.
the AFC other than the Bengals, because then they just get in.
The Bengals, no. So the Bengals were gonna make it in, but where they were gonna make it in, that's what mattered. Week 17.
But if they would have had one more loss, would they still have made it in?
Man, from what I remember, because I was on it. From what I remember in every little scenario that I played, the Bengals, the only way the Bengals would have lost would have been out if they would have lost two out of the last three and they won all three.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know. The Bengals look like they only had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They had 10 wins. They would have only had 9. What was our
But
record
look at
last
the
year?
division. We were 9-8. But then we wouldn't have
Mm.
beat we wouldn't have super pat. I'm telling you, the way that
They would have
they
still
had
been
it,
in, huh?
they would have still been in. We wouldn't have. It would have just been instead of being maybe like the fourth seed or fifth seed, they would have been 6 or 7. Like it was
Got it.
just, but they would have still made it in.
Interesting. Oh my gosh. How do
I
we get
know.
in this year?
I know. And that's the thing. Like seeing all these teams, who do we take off because the teams have gotten better, the AFC has gotten better. The only thing that we have is okay. I hope you guys beat each other up because we're gonna need you to beat up each other. You know. And then going with the schedule, I mean, right now, forget the releases and all this other stuff people want to say. Legitimately speaking, we have at least 10 legit Pro Bowlers as QBs.
True.
10. Because I'm pretty sure Cousins made it to a Pro Bowl once in his
Yes.
career. So, yeah, we have at least 10 Pro Bowlers.
And we're not one of them.
QBs alone.
We're not one of them.
We're not.
What
Yeah,
teams are
even
left in the AFC that's not?
Okay.
Us, Jets,
Us, Jets.
Jags.
Well, Steelers because they don't have Ben. So
And
I
that's
guess
no. But they
technically
have a who do they have? Steelers
um
just
Trubisky
brought
didn't make it
in,
to the Pro Bowl.
probably not. So we're the
No.
only 4 teams without a Pro
Yeah.
Bowl quarterback
Jets, Steelers,
in the
us,
Houston Texans.
and the Texans. I don't
So
think I'm
9,
looking at
9, yeah, 9
Wait,
teams.
wait, wait. The Bears. Did what's his name make it too? Because I don't think he made it either.
The Bears are in the
Fields. I don't think he made it, did
NFC.
he?
That's the NFC though.
Oh, true. So yeah, so those 4 teams are the only ones that didn't have a Pro Bowl QB.
So
Everybody
9
else.
Pro Bowl QBs and 5 non-Pro Bowl QBs. And we got to get our non-Pro Bowl QB in the Pro Bowl and in the playoffs.
So the difference with Tua is that the team is gonna elevate Tua versus Tua elevating the team. That's the difference. Now, there's nothing
Mm,
wrong with that as long as it works. But when it doesn't work, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. And you're gonna see exactly what I mean. The Rams, 2 years ago, made it to the Super Bowl with Goff. That team got him there.
mm-hmm.
Last year, they had to get the quarterback, and the quarterback got him there. Obviously, they had a stout team. Let's not take away from the team. But let's be real. That quarterback took them to the Super Bowl.
Pulled him.
Definitely pulled them.
He's that dude.
He is. But guess what? Bradford. Oh, wait. Now I'm getting his name. It's not Sam Bradford. It's
You about to have me say Darnold. Matthew Stafford.
Stafford, yes,
Yeah.
Stafford. I love him. Yes.
Whoever
Stafford.
said Tennessee doesn't have one, Tannehill has made the Pro Bowl. Just FYI.
But yes, so that's what I mean. You see, if the QB doesn't take this team, they made it, but they didn't get through that threshold.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that word right now. But with
Threshold.
Stafford, they were able to threshold. I don't know.
Thresh.
Thresh.
There you go. That was it.
Thresh. Yay,
Threshold.
Thanks.
You got it.
See? But as far as that, Tua is still in that going up the mountain. You know what I mean? The other QBs have already been there. I mean, for crying out loud, what's his name? I know the Pro Bowl's a popularity contest, but what's his name already made it? Whack Jones.
I know, right?
He should have never
Mac
made it.
Jones didn't have a bad season last year. It was actually more underrated than people want to give him credit for. Mac actually had a solid rookie season, and he was a rookie.
For a rookie, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Hence why he was up for Rookie of the Year. I totally get it. But not in the sense, but that team, he didn't take the team. The team lifted him.
But, well, the team didn't lift him. I would say he actually did his job, though.
So I mean, it was 50-50.
He was 68% completion percentage, right? Let me give you a comparison. Let me show you. Quick comparison real quick. Tua was 67.8% completion. Mac was 67.6, virtually the same completion percentage. But Mac had 3,800 yards.
And he also played all games, yards. Right? Played 17 games?
I would like to think so.
I don't think he missed a game. I don't recall him missing any games.
Yeah, and Tua, 2,653 yards.
The most would have been what, like 3,300 if he would have played all 17 games, maybe?
Who, Tua?
Yeah, with his average, I think it was like two.
I mean, I could tell you now.
Yeah, I don't have the math in front of me, but man, he missed 4 games, so
4 or 5.
Well, if you want to get technical, 5, then yeah, because that other one was really more of, the fact that he, after one series, he got injured and was out. So
Tua would have threw for about 3,500 yards.
See, I said 33, so I figured I was off by 200.
And Mac threw for 38. Mac had 22 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. I mean, at the end of the day, Mac had a 92.5 rating to a 90.1. Now, remember, here's the mess up part about it. This was Mac's rookie year.
God, I'm so glad you brought that up.
And he outperformed Tua. Because if you go to Tua's rookie year, it ain't even close. And even if you went with the averages, oh no, it ain't even close. I'm just saying it's just not. And
no, we're not gonna lie, but I'm not trying to bash Tua. I just want to make a point of facts. You can't change numbers, people. These are facts.
And here's the deal: a rookie in Mac Jones' situation, you would expect a 65% completion percentage. He was almost 68. You would expect 3,500 yards as a rookie. He was 38. You would expect 18 touchdowns as a rookie. He had 22. You would expect about 15 interceptions. He had 13. So to be a rookie, it's
He
doggone
surpassed it.
good.
Well, and then another thing too, people forget this is a passer league, so he better get those inflated numbers in. You know what I mean, with the rules
Yeah.
and things like that. So I expect that to happen. But when it comes to Tua for year three, they did this on purpose. They made
Mm-hmm.
sure to put the Bengals and the Chargers on our schedule. And then they also made sure that it was away. Literally the hardest thing possible. And you know what? I would not be surprised if they actually put both games back to back. Just cuz. Just cuz. Now, as far as prediction, the only prediction I'll make that I feel very comfortable in, and this isn't something that I've seen because you can clip it, people. The receipts are out there months ago. I said watch the NFL because they hate the Dolphins. They're gonna go ahead just like they gave us the last 2 years, Patriots and Bills. They're gonna
Mm-hmm.
flip that puppy and give us Bills and Patriots. Watch, and then at the end, they're gonna end up finishing out with the Patriots or the Bills, Week 17.
It'll probably be
They
the
just
Bills.
and it'll probably be the Bills just because. And then we'll end up having the Jets within like 4 week span because I don't understand why they love putting the Jets on our table within 4 weeks, but that's just what it is. That's the only prediction I can make because I feel like very confident it is exactly what they've done the last 2 seasons
Mm-hmm.
consistently. So, but as far as the schedule itself, I know they're releasing things like that. We'll see what happens tomorrow. But which out of all these matchups are you most interested in?
Bengals, Chargers, Browns, Bengals, Chargers,
Why though?
Browns.
Why
Because,
specific?
because the Bengals went to the Super Bowl and they got better, so that'll be a really good gauge of how good our team is, especially having a young quarterback. Now there's no excuse. Burrow and Herbert got weapons, we got weapons, they got an old line, we got an old line, they got tight end, we got tight end, they got running backs, we got running backs. I think we got the
Mhm.
better defense than all of their teams. So
Agreed.
at the end of the day, now you get to really say, hey, how does he stack up with his counterparts? So,
Especially since they were all literally within 5 picks of each other, 6 picks of each other.
mhm.
That's another thing too.
And then I'm saying the other game, excuse me, the what is it? The Browns game. That's something to keep your eye on because I'm telling you now, I'm going ballistic if Deshaun Watson take them to a Super Bowl and we don't even make the playoffs.
That would really just be a nail in the coffin, to be honest with you. Now, John, real
Ballistic.
quick, ask when does the schedule come out? So, John, real quick, first of all, thank you so much for joining Miss Fins. I appreciate it over here. And the TD Sports Network, people, it's a sports network, okay? But the schedule is being released by the NFL on ESPN tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So, you can definitely catch it there, and they'll be able to go ahead and give you all that wonderful release information. And if I'm not mistaken, TD is throwing a party over here as well. I believe you said earlier you're gonna be
8
just
p.m.
before 8 p.m. So there you go. You can catch it in less than 24 hours, people.
Yep.
So stay tuned. As far as for me, the ones that I'm looking forward to, obviously, I feel like those three that you picked because of such ties to Tua, those are gonna be the most highlighted ones, in my opinion. But the one that I'm actually looking forward to, I would say outside of those,
Hmm.
I really am looking forward to the Bills games and the Jets games. Why? And you've heard me say this multiple times. Our path to the Super Bowl has to be the division. Those two teams, I mean, I'm not really worried about the Patriots, so that's why I'm not even talking about the Patriots. I really am talking about the Jets and I'm talking about the Bills. Why? It's the way the Jets played us and the fact that they got better on top of that. There, do not sleep on the Jets, people. And the fact that their QB has experience now and has time in the pro style offense, we cannot take the Jets lightly. Now, I still feel like we're gonna sweep them, but it's how we play them what I'm most interested in those games, and in the Bills because, like I said, I feel like that's gonna be our true testament for us. We want to make the splash for where we're at. I know we're delusional Dolphins fans, but that's our measuring stick. The Bills. No other game. I feel like it's no other. Forget Burrow. Forget Herbert. Forget Watson. Our measuring stick is the Bills. And that's why, for me, that's going to be a vital game. And watch them sandwich us Bills week 1 and Bills week 17, knowing full well that's going to be for the division. Watch.
I hope
It's going to
not,
end up, that's going
Lord.
to end up being whoever wins week 7, this mother flipping week 17 is going to end up winning the division. It's
I
just,
hope
it's
not.
just, it's just how it happens in the East, in the AFC East. So that's one thing that I would say I'm looking for the most. Now, in an interesting game that I feel like it's going to be fun to watch is actually the Vikings. I feel like the Vikings are going to be a very fun team to watch, not because they have all these hoops and ladders, but because I feel like the Vikings are more technical, especially Cousins. So that's going to be exciting for me. That's going to be a fun one to watch. I'm not going to lie.
We better win it.
That's
This
for
is
sure.
oh
That
my
is for
gosh.
sure.
The
I
more
know.
I talk about this season, the more nervous I get.
Why? That's exciting. That's what we're here for, the off season, to go crazy.
I'm starting not to feel good about it, but we'll see.
Listen, guys, as you see, the stream is ending in 1 minute. So I'm going to take the time to say, look, right now I'm going to refresh this. We are at, where are we at? 281 subscribers, guys. We're only 19 subscribers to 300. Come on, guys. We can make it happen. I made the commitment to give you guys my 8 o'clock morning show. Make it happen for me, okay? Let's get to 300 already. 301. So that means we can, surpass 300. But guys, that's it. 19 more people. I know there's 19 of you guys have just seen me today. Guys, welcome. You can join me tomorrow morning too. We're definitely going to discuss some more about the Dolphins tomorrow morning as well. But let's go ahead and bring that up because I have some really, really interesting things that are coming up. And I will be doing some interviews as well. TD is definitely coming on to Michelle. So he's already booked. He has no choice. Uh, but I am definitely going to be having, other not just necessarily YouTubers, but also Dolphin super fans as well that are very interested. And on top of that, too, I will be doing a all ladies fan panel, guys. Why? Because you guys love the ladies. I mean, hello. So definitely gonna be doing that. So keep an eye out, Miss Phins. Let's go ahead and do it. I just put my link again. Subscribe today, Miss Phins. YouTube.com/Miss Phins. You can even find me YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, all social media. Go ahead and put it on there. Subscribe today, youtube.com/Miss Phins. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much. I expect to see those subscriptions go up tonight. So thank you. I really do appreciate it. And you guys have a great night. Bye bye.